Alright guys, it's a little video, couch talk, real talk. I got this couch just to keep doing my couch talks like I started during my last prep in June last year. And this is just, I want to do some kind of review of 2018, very express manner than what happened in 2019 so far and what's the goal for next year. So okay, so 2018, well, I got out of rehab in 2017, and from that March to December I was just like in Montreal and stuff, trying to get my shit together. I had like food stamps, I was on welfare. Then I decided to make a move to Toronto with my then girlfriend Tracy, and everything was good for a little while. And then I started my prep in March, and before that I was only eating like 3 meals a day, sleeping late hours, 3 meals a day, just trying to get into like a normal routine, but I wasn't really able to. So I started my prep in March after the Arnold's, and then I started like boom, 6 meals a day, getting up at like early, going to bed at like before midnight, and it was very good. But then sadly I broke up with my ex in May, and prep was very hard on us, I guess, and I wasn't myself. People can relate probably to that. I made some decisions rather impulsively. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I regret it sometimes, and she had her own stuff going on too. But anyways, I moved to Dorn's place for that, and because of that I was always 24/7 with my coach for the last 4 weeks pretty much. Props to him for enduring me for this time. But that resulted in a 4th place in the Toronto Pro Show, and I'm pretty happy about that, because people thought I was off the game. I was forced to retire, early retirement, because of my drug addiction, and I didn't have it in me to compete again, yet alone place high in the show. So I was aiming for 1st, but then I saw Juan Morel's gonna do it. Like, okay, fuck, I gotta, this guy's big. And then Cedric McMillan was going to do it. I'm like, okay, shit. And then Akeem was like, oh my god. Because before that I was like, nobody else is doing it, except I didn't really know who was doing it, so I thought I had a shot. Then the big names showed up. Then I got my ass kicked a little bit, but I think I still held my own, and I was pretty happy with 4th place. So that was cool. That set me up, the statement that I am back. So I was pretty happy. That was my goal. Then I had my first cover of a magazine, Muscle Memory Mag. So that was cool also. I signed with Retcon. You don't see the flag there, but I signed with Retcon, with Aaron Sigaman and the company, and that was cool. So that means like, oh, all right, I'm back at being a professional bodybuilder for real. And with their support, I was able to like start a real good off season actually. And I moved to Hamilton. Then I started my off season with all the good food and stuff, and I kept probably 80% of the discipline I had in prep, and I kept on doing it. There were some days I had 5 meals most of the time for a little while, and then sometimes 4 meals when I had bad days. But lately, I've been chowing down to 6 meals, and I got up to, I was 305 this morning, 308 at night. So, anyway, started the off season, and so far in January, I re-signed with Rideaware, and these guys, I'm with them since like 2014 or 15. But I was on and off. But when they saw that I was good again, they re-signed me. So I re-signed with them for another year. And thank God I have those shoes, because my feet are they got wider for some reason. My feet are so wide now, but with those shoes, they kind of mold your feet. And the flat sole is very, very good for the foot also. So the link is in my bio if you want that. I also re-signed with actually one of my oldest sponsors ever. Iron Strength. They're my one of the OG sponsors, and they started out. We only had the grips before, but now they have sleds, power racks, bands, all kinds, like the belts, all that stuff. So they're really getting bigger, and now we got Frank McGrath on the team. So there's gonna be some stuff with me and Frank coming soon with those guys. So stay tuned for that. So I re-signed with both Iron Strength and Right Aware this month, and I got a cover with Muscular Development, my second cover with MD coming, I think, next month for February for the Arnold Classic preview. So guys, go get that cover, please, and post it, tag me on Instagram or something. I'm gonna repost it. That was actually one of my goals when I was younger. I wanted to make the cover of MD because for those who've been following me for a while, I used to write for MD like in 2012, 13. I was writing in the column. There was the Young Guns section, and I was writing my own column in MD, and I loved that. And they were actually giving salaries to athletes back then. But now with social media, things have changed. But nonetheless, it was still one of my goals to make the cover, and I did it. And it's a pretty sick cover if you've seen it. So I'm happy about that. So far, my 2019 year has been pretty good. And the goals for 2019, I want to win a pro show. I want to win Toronto Pro Show or other pro shows. That's my goal this year. I'm aiming for the win. I'm aiming for more than one show if I don't win on the first one to qualify for Mr. O. I think that's my next step. I was fourth. Now I gained some muscle. I'm going to be even more shredded. I want to win first place. And my prep starts in March. So other than that was kind of like a review and goals, but just for bodybuilding. I have so much more goals, in my life, of course, and I'm still like every day is still a struggle in my head. Most of the time, I have to admit, between like what's right and what's not good for me, and but most of the time, if I follow what my heart tells me, it's not the easiest way. But it's the path where there's going to be the less suffering. Sometimes I just make some decisions and I'm like, I don't feel so good about myself. And but if I started doing my meetings again actually because I stopped for a little while, and I think my recovery was perfect because when everything is going perfect, you kind of slack off on the things that you had to do. For example, when I first came out of rehab, I was doing meetings every day. I stayed in the shelter in Hamilton on York, there, Salvation Army. And once you're at the bottom already, you're like, I was sober for a whole month in a shelter. And I was like, if I fuck up there, where do I go? You cannot get below the bottom, right? Well, you probably can. Probably been close to there already anyway. But what I mean is that when you're in shit, you don't want to stay in shit. You want to fucking get out of there. So you're like motivated. You do all the shit you need to do. Meetings every day, recovery, spirituality to the max. And once you're out of there, once everything is going well, like right now, I'm in my nice place here. Like everything is good. I got all the food I want. I got all the supplements I want. My training is good. My training partners are there for me. My friends are there. And I have to say, personally for me, right now it's going very well. But because of that, I'm not motivated as much to do like the recovery stuff, the meetings and stuff like that. So I skipped a lot of meetings for like a good amount of weeks there, a few months probably. And I was like, slowly I was starting to feel kind of like something's not right. And because if I have to admit, since I'm young, except when I was doing drugs, because drugs was hiding that. That's probably why I was doing them. I've always felt like uncomfortable, like in my head, my body, in the world. It's probably comes from my childhood or whatever. stuff that I missed, you know, whatever, or things that happened to me. But I've always had a feeling like I'm not comfortable. And funny thing, when I was doing drugs, well, that's not funny, but when I was doing drugs, I didn't feel that. And then when I stopped doing drugs in rehab, I didn't really feel it either, because I was so busy 24/7 on recovery and spirituality that I was actually feeling good. And then coming out of rehab, my last rehab, because the other ones I fucked up after that, but the last one that worked, well, they all worked, but the last one I stick to the plan, I was good, because every day I was doing meetings. Every day I was doing meetings, and I had, like I said, back in March 2017, my uncle helped me out staying at this place because I had no place to stay. So he gave me a home, and I had welfare and food stamps. So when you're starting there, and I was asking for protein tubs to my friends and stuff like that, I had nothing pretty much, or almost nothing. I can't say nothing is not the right word. Sorry, but once you're there, you work very hard and you're busy, making yourself going back to the top. So you don't feel as much the uncomfortableness I was talking about, because I was so occupied with trying to get back to the top, and I was up on top of my recovery and spirituality. And now once you're on top, you're kind of like, oh nice, I'm on top. Well, not on top yet, but I'm comfortable, this and that. So you start slacking off on the recovery stuff, and then the feeling of being uncomfortable comes back, and then you're like, what's good? I was like, what's going on? Like, why am I feeling like that? I always felt like something's not right. What I'm doing is not probably the right thing, and like weird habits. I actually smoked cigarettes for like 2 or 3 weeks for no reason. I went to Vegas. I was like, like I asked a guy on a I never smoked cigarettes in Vegas. Everybody's drunk around me and stuff, and probably fucked up on some other stuff too. And I see a random guy with his girlfriend on the street. I'm like, hey, what's up? Can I get a smoke? And the guy just gives me 2 smokes and lights them up, and I was smoking a cigarette. And then I was like, just okay, like it's like my body and mind or something wanted something, and that can be dangerous in recovery. So the cool thing about now is that I was watching myself do that, and I knew something was up. And so that lasted for a little while. I stopped smoking, did vaping instead, and then now I'm not vaping anymore, because it actually hurts your gains. It makes your muscle. What I've noticed for the 2 times I've started to vape again and stopped again, when I vape nicotine, my muscle is more flat. I have a hard time feeling full during the day, not during the workout, but during the day. Hard time feeling full. My appetite is not there, and I'm actually always looking to do that, because when I do something, when I take any kind of like substance in the past, I would take it all day to just get that fucking feeling. But with nicotine, you never get the fucking feeling, so I would just vape off all day. So now that's out of the picture, but I'm saying that because I had signs that I was trying to hide my feeling of being uncomfortable in my skin again with something else. So now I started doing my meetings again, and now I'm feeling a little bit better, because I've noticed every time I go to meetings, I'm always like, oh yeah, that's why I did them. I forgot it helps, because it's the feeling of community, people helping each other. You hear stuff, you can relate, and basically a meeting, what it is, 12-step meeting is like, right now you're listening to me sharing about my stuff, but it's like you would sit on a table, and there's like everybody just does what I'm doing a little bit, and we have things we need to read also. But if you're having problems with drugs and alcohol, I would definitely go get a meeting done. Go on Google, type your city and AA meeting, or your city and NA meeting. You're gonna find a list. They're everywhere. It's for free. So I would do it if I was you, if you have problems. But yeah, so my goals for 2019 with bodybuilding, I said it. For my spirituality, it's not perfect. I need to like get on I need to do my meditations. There's a lot of things I need to do, but I think I'm getting there. I'm gonna be fine. But if I just do nothing, I'm not gonna be fine. I need to do efforts to make myself feel good. But the bodybuilding things, that's pretty easy. But I'm tired of feeling like not 100% mentally most of the time. It's like I'm always like, you know. So I'm still trying to figure out the right recipe for me to feel like. I'll tell you another thing about the recovery. Actually, drug addicts, when they stop using drugs, they have dreams where they search for drugs, they use drugs. And for some reason, I had a dream the other day. I drank in my dream. I drank in my dream in the backyard, and it was like somebody was there. I drank and I was drinking. It was fucked up. I had a bottle and I had like a metal little arm that would go in a bottle, and that's how I would drink the alcohol. Just my dreams are pretty weird. And when I woke up, I was like, oh fuck, I'll relapse. And I was like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna lie? I'll have to lie to my mom. I'll have to lie to my family, and I have to lie at the meeting. I don't want to grab my white beginner's chip again. And I was freaking out. Like, how am I gonna do this? I'm like, fuck, I gotta face the fact that I fucked up again. The consequence, right? And then I woke up a little bit more, and I was like, oh shit, it's only a dream. And the sense of relief that I felt and gratitude, I'm like, wow, it was only a fucking dream, and I'm still on the right path. If I could just get that feeling that I had and carry it on all day, every day, it would make everything so much easier. Because sometimes I'm doing the right thing, my actions, my habits are good. I do the right thing, my actions, what I'm supposed to do, I'm doing them. But as I'm doing them, I'm like, fuck, man, it's like, just, I wish I could feel better about all that. Because my mind goes like, it goes back to like, hey, this could feel good, this could feel good. But in reality, to prove that it would make me feel like shit afterwards is the dream. When I believed in my mind that when I woke up, that I actually did fuck up, I felt horrible. I felt like when I relapsed and I got caught, right? I was, rock bottom. And but then when I woke up more, I was like, shit, woo, I'm good. I'm good. So I woke up and I was like, shit, this is cool, I'm good. And if I could just grab on that feeling and expand it all the time, it would make it better. But actually, lately what I've been doing is I'm thinking about that dream, about when I wake up, because it happened a lot in the past. I had so much fucked up dreams, guys. Maybe sometimes I should have a couch talk just for the weird dreams I had when I was trying to stop addiction. And yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram, but here's a little video of my posing there that I did today with Dorian Hamilton filming. And he wrote 308, but I was 308 last night. I think the real weight is more like 305. And it's weird because I didn't feel big in my t-shirt, because for 308 for some reason I feel like I should look bigger. Like Rami's 330 and I've seen guys at 300 and they look bigger. It's like I don't know, maybe it's because I'm taller, my limbs are not short and thick like some guys, but who cares? So yeah, so that was the update. And I started just with goals and stuff, and I kind of ramble after that, but that's what this thing is all about. It's called Couch Talk, Real Talk. Yeah, baby. So thanks for listening, and more of that soon. And if you guys want me to talk about some stuff in the comments, ask some questions, and if I feel it could help some people in answering that, I will answer that. I will answer them in the next Couch Talk video. So thank you for listening, and if you like all this, subscribe and press the like button. Actually, one of my other goals for 2019 is I want to get to 100,000 subscribers, 100K on YouTube. Because you know what? I heard they sent a little plaque. So I could put a little plaque on my shelf somewhere. a YouTube plague. I don't know, just a nice number because I need to make a more content. Another thing that's cool before I close this video is that we're opening up a gym, Pure Muscle and Fitness, and with that gym I'll be able to make all the content I want anytime I want in the gym, shirtless, with shirts, with skirts, with dresses, with high heels. What? Naked? No, maybe not naked. The Speedo, I could train whatever I want and do content. And also, podcast coming soon also. This could be a podcast, I guess, if I would get the audio. But yeah, there's a lot of things coming up. Pretty exciting, right? You can make your life exciting, or you can make your life miserable, I guess. And I think that's your choice. And on that note, see you later.